So my worst days, I felt hopeless, suicidal, and had severe anxiety. And the years of being on dialysis and having the severe bipolar disorder just wore me down a lot.
And it felt like the two issues of bipolar and the kidney disease seemed to really be hard, that combination, because sometimes a transplant would come up but you weren't able to take it for mental health reasons, right?
Right.
So it just seemed like things were compounding. The stressors in life compounded a lot.
My first interactions with Kathy was actually with our starting point on-call, our emergency on-call. And it was through a really dark time in her life where it was daily struggles of finding that hope to keep going forward, and the difficulties that dialysis was presenting to her dealing with the mental health challenges she was facing. In that time, again and again, Kathy would struggle to find hope, but always came back to her reason for going forward was for her family. She had a deep dedication to her family. And so that has just always impressed me about Kathy, and seeing her go through those dark times and come out the other side, saying the whole while that she's not a strong person, and yet always persisting, always moving forward, and really doing a lot with her life. It's just very exciting to see.
It was really exciting to be able to go through the process of her receiving a kidney. So I remember one of the assistant directors drove her down and was with her, during the night, in the middle of the night, and the next day we had a staff meeting, and it was so exciting to check in with Joanna, who had driven her down, and okay, what do we know, and to visit Kathy afterwards.
When I first met Kathy, she struggled a lot with finding hope day to day. There was a lot of times where she felt like the obstacles that she had to overcome were just too big. When she got the transplant, there was, I think, some expectation of how life would be different, and the transplant came with its own obstacles and its own barriers to wellness. And it was just amazing to see the change in Kathy with having overcome that first huge mountain, that getting that transplant just changed her outlook so much on what else was possible.
I never could have gotten a transplant without Starting Point, because one of the reasons that I was unable to get a kidney was my mental health. And I was put on hold for a transplant numerous times because of my mental health. And Starting Point was a huge support in coming to see me at dialysis, taking me for medical tests for the transplant, and then after the transplant supporting me. And when I got the transplant, I was aware that it would affect my mental health, the medications, the steroids, the immunosuppressants, and it was totally worth the sacrifice to get a new kidney and to be able to see my children graduate from high school, hopefully graduate from college. Still a huge blessing getting that transplant.